I came home from my shift at the hospital to find my apartment door unlocked. Not just unlocked, wide open, like someone had walked in and forgotten basic human courtesy. My stomach dropped. I lived alone in this Philadelphia apartment specifically to get away from the chaos. Away from her. "Hello?" I called out, pushing the door open slowly. That's when I heard it. The vacuum cleaner. Running in my bedroom. I walked down the hallway, and there she was. My mother, Linda, wearing yellow rubber gloves, reorganizing my closet while my vacuum ran in the corner. She'd already stripped my bed. Fresh sheets sat folded on my dresser, sheets I didn't own. "Mom, what the hell are you doing here?" She turned, completely unfazed. "Oh sweetie. You're home early. I was just freshening things up. This place was a disaster." "It was fine. How did you get in?" "The spare key, obviously." She waved toward my kitchen counter where my emergency key should have been hidden under the sugar canister. "You really should find a better hiding spot." My blood went cold. "That key is for emergencies." "This was an emergency, Sarah. I drove by last week and saw your bathroom light was out. What if you fell in the dark? Plus, your fridge had expired milk. I threw it out." "You've been here before?" She smiled that smile. The one that meant she thought she was being helpful while completely violating every boundary I'd ever set. "Just twice this month. Someone has to look after you." Over the next 2 weeks, I changed my locks. Cost me $200 I didn't really have on a nurse's salary, but it was worth it for peace of mind. Mom called that evening. "Sarah, your locks don't work. I tried to drop off that casserole and couldn't get in." "The locks work fine, Mom. I changed them." Silence. Then, ice in her voice. "You changed them? Without giving me a key?" "I'm 32 years old. I don't need." "After everything I've done for you? I raised you alone after your father left. I sacrificed everything, and this is how you repay me." The guilt trip. Right on schedule. "Mom, I need boundaries. You can't just come into my home whenever you want." Fine. Fine. "I'll just worry about you dying alone in there. Don't call me when you need help." She hung up. I knew she didn't mean it. She never did. 3 days later, I came home to find new towels in my bathroom. Expensive ones from Bed Bath & Beyond, tags still attached. They were hanging on my towel rack. My door had been locked. I checked twice. I called her immediately. "How did you get in?" "Get in where?" "My apartment, Mom. The towels." "Oh, those. I had a locksmith come. Cost me a fortune, but you clearly lost your keys, so I fixed it for you." "I didn't lose my keys." "Then how was I supposed to give you the towels? You won't answer my calls." "I answered right now." After ignoring me for 3 days. I hung up. My hands were shaking. I installed a deadbolt. Then a chain lock. Then I bought a Ring doorbell camera and mounted it outside my apartment door. My landlord, Mr. Chun, wasn't thrilled about the camera, but I explained the situation. He was a small guy, maybe 60, who'd seen everything in his 40 years as a landlord. "Your mother sounds persistent," he said carefully. "That's a polite way to put it. The camera's fine. Just don't drill into the frame." The camera changed everything. Now I had proof. 2 days after installation, I got an alert at work. 2:47 p.m. Someone at my door. I pulled out my phone, opened the app. There was Mom, examining the new deadbolt like she was planning a heist. She tried a key. Didn't work. Tried another. Nothing. Then she pulled out her phone and made a call. 20 minutes later, another alert. A guy in a Steve's locksmith shirt showed up. I watched in real time as my mother pointed at my door, gestured emphatically, and the locksmith started working on my brand new deadbolt. I called the locksmith company immediately. "Steve's locksmith, how can I help you?" "Do you have someone at the Riverside Apartments on Market Street right now?" "Yes, ma'am. Emergency lockout service." "That's not a lockout. That's my apartment, and I didn't authorize any service. The woman who called you doesn't live there." Ida. Pause. Hold on. 5 minutes later, I watched through my phone as the locksmith packed up and left. Mom stood in the hallway, arms crossed, visibly furious. She tried the door one more time. Then she looked directly at the camera. "I know you're watching, Sarah. This is ridiculous." The calls started that night. 17 calls. I counted. I stopped answering after the 5th one where she screamed about how ungrateful I was. Then came the texts. "You're being manipulated by someone. This isn't you. Call me or I'm coming over. I'm your mother. You'll regret this when I'm dead." I blocked her number. That lasted 6 hours before she started calling from other numbers. Her friends' phones. The church secretary. Random numbers I didn't recognize. My coworker Jessica found me crying in the break room at 3 a.m. during our shift. "What's wrong?" I showed her the texts. All 63 of them from different numbers. "Sarah, this is harassment. You need to call the police." "She's my mom." "So? That doesn't give her the right to stalk you." "It's not stalking. She's just overbearing." Jessica grabbed my phone. Scrolled through the messages. The ring footage. The call logs. "Babe, she hired a locksmith to break into your apartment. She's calling you from burner numbers. This isn't overbearing. This is unhinged." That word hit different. Unhinged. I'd spent so long making excuses, she's protective, she's lonely, she means well, that I hadn't seen it. My mother wasn't helping. She was obsessed. What do I do? Document everything. And next time she shows up, you call 911. I didn't think there would be a next time. I was wrong. It happened on a Tuesday. I was off work, actually enjoying a rare day of sleeping in, when my Ring camera went off at 11 a.m. Mom was back. But this time she wasn't alone. She'd brought 2 women from her church. I recognized them from the Easter service she dragged me to last year, and they were carrying cleaning supplies. Industrial-grade stuff. Buckets, mops, spray bottles. I watched through my phone as Mom tried her old key. Didn't work. Tried something else. Looked like a bump key. Nothing. Then she started knocking. Hard. "Sarah. Open up. We're here to help." Pound. 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 "We know you're struggling with depression. Let us help you." I wasn't depressed. I was exhausted from working 12-hour shifts and being harassed by my own mother, but I wasn't depressed. The church ladies looked uncomfortable. One of them whispered something to Mom. Mom shook her head violently. "My daughter needs intervention. She's living in filth." My apartment was clean. I'd literally vacuumed the night before. "Sarah, if you don't open this door, I'm calling Adult Protective Services. You're clearly not capable of caring for yourself." That was it. The final straw. I called 911. 911, what's your emergency? "My mother is trying to break into my apartment. She won't leave. I have video evidence of her attempting to pick my locks." "Is she armed?" "No, but she's making threats. She's been harassing me for weeks." "Officers are on their way. Stay on the line." I watched through the camera as 2 patrol cars pulled up 12 minutes later. Officers Martinez and O'Brien, according to their name tags. Mom's face when she saw them was priceless. Officer Martinez was young, maybe late 20s, with the tired eyes of someone who'd already seen too much. O'Brien was older, stockier, with a wedding ring and the demeanor of someone who'd dealt with family drama before. I met them in the hallway. Mom was still there, flanked by her increasingly uncomfortable church friends. "That's her. That's my daughter." Mom pointed at me like I was the criminal. "She's not well. She needs help. She won't let anyone in her apartment." "Ma'am, this is your daughter's residence?" O'Brien asked. "Yes, but she's..." "Does your name appear on the lease?" "No, but I'm her mother." "Then you're trespassing." He turned to me. "Is this your apartment?" "Yes, sir. I'm the only person on the lease." "Did you give her permission to be here?" "No. She's been showing up uninvited for weeks. I changed my locks. She tried to hire a locksmith to break in." I pulled out my phone, showed them the footage. "I have everything recorded." Martinez watched the videos, his expression darkening. "Ma'am, you attempted to have someone pick this lock?" I was worried. She wasn't answering my calls. "Did she give you a key to this residence?" "I'm her mother." That's not an answer. Did she give you permission to enter? Mom's face went red. She's my daughter. I don't need permission. Actually, O'Brien said, pulling out his notepad, you do. This is criminal trespass. And based on this footage, attempted burglary. Burglary? I'm her mother. You want to press charges? Martinez asked me. I hesitated. This was my mom. The woman who raised me. Who taught me to ride a bike. Who sat with me through every illness. Who also couldn't respect a single boundary I'd ever set. Yes, I said. I want to press charges. The charges didn't stick. The DA looked at the case, middle-aged mother, no priors, claims of worry for her daughter, and offered a deal. Mom would plead to misdemeanor trespass, get probation, and I could request a restraining order. My attorney, a public defender named Marcus Reed who looked like he survived on coffee and spite, laid it out plainly. Your mother's lawyer is going to paint this as a concerned parent. You're a nurse, you work long hours, she worried. It's not great for us. She tried to break in multiple times. I know. And the restraining order will stick. But if you want jail time, we'll have to fight, and that means dragging this out 6 months minimum. Your mom will probably get community service either way. I took the deal. The restraining order was what mattered. The hearing was brief. Mom showed up with her lawyer, wearing her church clothes and the saddest expression I'd ever seen. She didn't look at me once. The judge granted a 2-year restraining order. No contact. No coming within 500 feet of my residence or workplace. Mrs. Patterson, the judge said, I understand your concern for your daughter. But she's an adult. She has rights. If you violate this order, you will go to jail. Am I clear? Yes, Your Honor. As we left the courtroom, Mom finally looked at me. Her eyes were wet, but there was something else there. Not sadness. Anger. You'll regret this, she whispered. But I didn't. 6 months later, I moved to a new apartment across town. Didn't tell anyone the address except my landlord and my best friend Jessica. Changed my number. Started therapy. Dr. Okoye, my therapist, said I was recovering from something called enmeshment. Your mother never learned where she ended and you began, she explained. That's not love. That's control. It took a year before I stopped checking my Ring camera obsessively. 2 years before I could hear a knock on my door without my heart racing. I haven't spoken to Mom since the hearing. She sends Christmas cards to my old address, Mr. Chen forwards them, still unopened. Sometimes I wonder if I should feel guilty. But mostly, I just feel free. Last week, I came home from a double shift, unlocked my door, and found my apartment exactly as I'd left it. Quiet. Private. Mine. Home isn't about blood. Sometimes it's just about having a door that stays locked until you decide to open it. And nobody, not even your mother, gets to take that away.